Continuing from the first 3 video, we'll go over the rest of the banner that comes out during the track blazer scenario, including the 2 most anticipated support cards that everyone is waiting for, the Throne's Assemblage and Summer Maruzensky. I will also compare these 2 support cards with Scenario Banner, Agnes Tachyon, and Light Halo, and tell you which banner is truly worthy of your carrots, so please stay tuned until the end of the video. By the way, only 13% of my viewers are subscribed to my channel. If you found this video to be helpful, please consider subscribing and liking this video. For the first time, we have Musume Rerun banner with Seiun Sky and Narita Brian. Seiun Sky, although she now have a harder time competing with newer release frontrunners, by now everyone should be aware how amazing Seiun Sky's unique is. As an inherit for the frontrunner, this is a must-have if you're interested in playing frontrunner Umas. However, even if you don't have Seiun Sky, I would now recommend you to pull on this banner. You might be thinking, Henry, not this again. Are you still not going to recommend to pull for Seiun Sky, even though she's still currently used as a viable parent in modern day JP? Yes, it's true, I might have downplayed her usefulness on her first banner, but if you still do not have Seiun Sky at the moment, I will still now recommend you to pull on this banner. And that's not because she's not amazing, but because in couple of weeks at the start of the Grand Life scenario, Seiun Sky will become one of the farmable Umas on a daily legend race. So unless you're a whale who can afford to pull for her right away, I would recommend you to start farming her slowly starting 1.5 anniversary. If you've been playing frontrunners without Seiun Skies, you can carry on and continue to borrow her until you're able to unlock her in a couple of months. Nowadays, we have 5 borrows per day compared to 3 that we had before. I would suggest you to be patient just a little bit longer, as there are more important banners that's coming in just a couple of weeks. Narita Brian has a very strong unique that you can use as an inherit, but it's not important enough for you to invest your carrots into this banner. I would only suggest you to do daily discounted pulls on the Uma banner. As for the support card, we have the Throne Assemblage. The Throne Assemblage is probably the most controversial card that was ever released in Uma Musume, where a lot of people would say this is the biggest bait card ever, while other people might joke and say this is a must-pull banner. Anyway, does that mean that this card is bad? Quite the contrary. When this card is released, it will actually be one of the strongest support cards in the game, as she comes with 2 skill bonus when her bond gauge is at least 80. She gives tons of wits and energy through her dating event. She gives you a hint to a key skill such as prudent positioning and full throttle, and her gold skill is gold version of medium corner. Once you complete her dating event, she will also give you special status, which allows you to do friendship training with this card no matter what training facility she's at. And she makes your track blazer run much more consistent and almost guarantee you get at least UG rank on your career. And she will become one of the must borrow support cards for the rest of the CMs during the track blazer scenario. If she's so good, why is she marked as a Leviathan tier on my banner recommendation timeline? And the reason is because her radar banner comes out in unfortunate timing. If she was released alongside with Narita Top Road at the start of the track blazer scenario, this might have pushed this banner to become a must pull banner, but that did not happen. But instead, she was released at the right tail end of the track blazer scenario, where we only have 1 champions meeting left in this scenario. And during the Grand Life scenario, the decks are so standardized, requiring you to run Light Halo in every single dex. There's simply no room to run Throne Assemblage in your deck during the Grand Life scenario. Although this card does make a comeback at the start of Grandmaster scenario for the Pisces Cup, she gets killed off once again once the Ancestor and Guide card comes out as a scenario link card after the first champions meeting in Grandmasters. Basically, Throne Assemblage will never exceed a use after these 2 champions meeting. We are very fortunate that we have future banner foresight in the global server. JP Trainer did not have this kind of luxury. Some JP player actually got baited into using their selector and uncapped crystal on Throne Assemblage, thinking there is no scenario PAL card during the Grandmaster scenario, just for Cygame to release the Ancestor and Guide group card 2 banners later to quickly send Throne Assemblage into the grave. Basically, this support card would only be used on 2 champions meeting after its debut, making it not very good investment for your carrot. You will get slightly better value on the global server, since we'll also be able to use the Throne Assemblage card on CM15, the Cancer Cup. And CM15 is medium distance race, so you'll be able to take full advantage of the gold skill that Throne Assemblage gives you. However, there's still only 3 champions meeting where you'll be able to use Throne Assemblage card, but it's also a possibility that Ancestor and Guide card will also get a similar treatment with Throne Assemblage and be released in the middle of Pisces Cup. So if you're pulling for the Throne Assemblage, please expect to use it for 2 champions meeting at most. This is why I would recommend only a Leviathan to pull on this banner, so the rest of the player base could borrow your throne for the last 2 champions champions meeting during the track blazer scenario. Thank you for funding our server. One last thing I would like to mention is that for CM16 Leo Cup, you will actually borrow Bakushin Guts card over Throne Assemblage for the frontrunners and Pace Chaser to get the key gold skill in High Spirit. Backliner will still need to borrow Throne Assemblage for this CM, although they're kinda cool to use for this sprint CM. Anyway, if you need to borrow MLB copy of Bakushin Guts card, here is my friend's code that you can use. On the same banner as Throne Assemblage, we also have a SR El Condor Pasa speed card. This is a pretty good SR speed card, which comes with speed bonus and power bonus. Although it gives less stat than single windy, but will be much better SR speed card to use during Grand Life scenario with 70 specialty priority. Still, by now, unless you're a beginner player, you should be running full SSR speed card on your deck. So please do not pull on this banner for this support card. In the same week, we will also have a new main story chapter release, and we'll be able to get free 3-star UMA Supreme Commander Special Week. Warning, spoiler ahead. If you do not want to get spoiled on the main story, please skip to the following timestamp. To unlock Supreme Commander Special Week from the story, you'll have to use Team Series support card to get Best in Japan skill taught to your UMA. Then you select the UMA to inherit the skill to Special Week. And then you complete the final race, Arima Kinan, with the gold skill inherited. After securing the victory, you'll unlock the Supreme Commander Special Week outfit. So I get that you can get her for free, but is she actually any good? Supreme Commander Special Week is actually a strong UMA tailored to Arima Kinan. She has stat bonus of 10% on speed, stamina, and wit. Her unique gives a whopping 0.45 increased target speed if you activate any skill on the final corner in Nakayama racecourse. Otherwise, it will only be 0.25 target speed increase. She'll be a really strong UMA as an ace and as a parent on Arima Kinan, as the inherited version will give 0.25 target speed increase without any positional requirement. For her gold skill, she comes with overwhelming pressure and best in Japan, and she also comes with long straightaway and long corner default to her kit. As for her evolve skill, overwhelming pressure will gain a slight stamina recovery, and the best in Japan will gain additional increase in target speed from 0.35 to 0.45. There is at least one Arima Kinan Champions meeting per year. The next one will be CM20 Sagittarius Cup. It will be the 4th Champions meeting during Grand Live scenario. And you will see Commander Special Week run here regularly as an ace and as appearance for your other UMAs. And the best thing about her is that everyone will be able to get her for free and do not have to spend any carats to get her. Next up is the banner that we're all waiting for, the second summer banner. For the UMAs, we have the Summer Mejiro Mcqueen and Summer Gold Ship. Unfortunately, they're both Oshi UMAs, with Summer Gold Ship having some niche use as a parent for debuffer and for building Team Trials UMAs. Summer Mcqueen has a really great growth rate with 8% on speed, 8% on stam, and 14% on wit. Similar to Commander Special Week, she is specially designed to run on a long distance race. Her unique is literally same as the other Mejiro UMA, but for frontrunner and pace chaser, as it requires her to be 4 position or above. Her unique is a middle game speed increase that has a special scaling depending on her current HP. HP depends on track distance and stamina stat plus your style modifier. This is a table created by a Korean UMA YouTuber named Hintman to list the duration modifier depending on your current HP. And the increased target speed is only 0.15, which is very low for a unique. Summer McQueen's main benefit is that she can guarantee speed carryover with her unique. For more information, I would suggest you to watch Lightburst video on Mejiro Bright or wait until he released the video for the Summer UMAs. As for her gold skill, she has Headliner, which is a gold version of the long distance exclusive skill Future Act. It's a 0.35 target speed increase with long duration and high potential to speed carryover. As for her other gold skill, she has Single-Minded. It's similar to Mejiro Bright's recovery, which gives whopping 0.075 stamina recovery, but without the downside of having current speed decrease. She also has a way to get early lead, playtime is over, and summer runners from her training event, making her a great pick to run as a frontrunner for the upcoming long distance champions meeting. For her evolve skill, Headliner will gain a base duration increase from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, making it easier for her to get speed carryover, and Single-Minded get a stamina recovery increase from 0.075 to 0.095, which is absolutely insane. However, she has a couple of downsides that makes her an OG pick. First, there's not many long-distance champions meeting to begin with. After she's used in CM20 Sagittarius Cup, she won't see any use until the next long-distance champions meeting, CM24 Aries Cup. And soon after this champions meeting, she will soon get outpaced by other newly released UMAs, notably the new Big 3 UMAs, the 3 ponchos for the long-distance champions meeting, Narita Brian Blaze, Sakura Laurel, and Kita-san White. And similar to Summer Maruzensky, her final nail in the coffin will be driven by herself with the release of the better Mcqueen wood card. Similar to how Summer Maruzensky fell off after the release of her meta support card, same thing will happen with Summer Mcqueen or the Page Chaser. So if Mejiro Mcqueen is your Oshi Uma, I would suggest you to pull for her on this banner so you can utilize her right away for the next 2 long distance champions meeting. Otherwise, she's an easy skip for a non-Oshi trainer. But you're not really pulling for summer units for the meta reason, right guys? And as for Summer+Gold ship, you only need to pay attention to her unique. Her unique is very different from every unique that was released so far. At a random point in the second half of the race, she will gain 0.15 target speed increase and will activate 2 gold skill at random, ignoring their condition. When inherited, it will activate 1 random gold skill, ignoring this condition. You can ignore the target speed increase portion of the unique. What we need to pay attention is the activation of random rare skill, ignoring this condition. This means that Summer+Gold ship is able to pass down her unique to a Dominator debuffer to activate Dominator in non-medium distance champions meeting, or be able to activate Keen Eye on medium distance champions meeting, bringing in the new era of Christmas Oguri domination with 2 minion debuffers. You can also use her unique to activate skills like Mystifying Murmur, which are known to be inconsistent, or to proc it on long distance champions meeting. A few things that you need to keep in mind with this unique is that Adventure of 564 will proc a random skill at the random point of the second half of the race, so it's possible for the skill to activate right before your Uma crosses the finish line. And also, it can only activate skill that is not on cooldown, which means if you already activated Dominator, Adventure of 564 will not trigger Dominator a second time. However, skills like Professor Curvature, which has a shorter base cooldown, can potentially proc again once it's off a cooldown. Other than her use for the debuffer, her unique were found to be not consistent enough to be run on your ace Umas. However, for your team trial, where the number of skill activation matters, Adventure of 564 becomes a key skill that could help you reach high ranking on team trials. But the reason why I put her down as a whale is because it's totally possible for you to borrow her when you're building a debuffer or working on team trials Uma. Now let's go over the support cards, starting with Summer Maruzensky. Her key notable feature is her unique effect, which gives her 5 training effectiveness for every level of the current training facility that she's at. That means if your training facility level is at level 5, she will give 25 training effectiveness. That's greater than Biku Pegasus and Narita Top Road. She also has a speed bonus and a power bonus. When you look at amount of stat that she gives and compare her to other speed cards, you can see that she gives insane amount of stats. Notably, she gives 4 more speed, 1 more power, and 1 more skill point on speed training when compared to Kita-san. But you have to keep in mind that she does not get 25 training effectiveness throughout the whole career. In the beginning of the career, when training facility level is at 1, she will only give 5 training effectiveness, resulting lower amount of stat output than Kita-san. Only at higher training facility level, Summer Maruzensky will provide insane amount of stat output. Realistically, you're not going to get high training facility level on non-speed or with training facility, especially during Grand Life where you rarely run stamina, power, or guts card. Her non-friendship training on stamina, power, and guts facility will look closer to this number, except during summer camp where training facility will max out to level 5, allowing you to use Summer Maruzensky's speed card at her full potential. And because majority of her stats comes from her unique effect, she's very cost efficient even at lower limit break. As you can see, at 1 LB, she provides same amount of stats as Kita-san at level 5 training facility. But eventually, you will want to get more limit break. 3 LB is known to be a good stopping point as it provides same amount of stats as MLB on speed training and wood training. As the only difference between 3 LB and MLB is 15 mood effect and 2 additional initial bond gauge. But that additional 15 mood effect does make some difference on a feature scenario and with combination with other support cards. 3LV is also when hint level and hint frequency maxes out. The hint level and hint frequency matters on Summer Maruzensky because she provides hint to amazing skills mainly for the frontrunners, including both frontrunner straightaway and corner, leader's pride, slipstream, playtime is over, early lead, groundwork, and focus. And our gold skill is top runner, which is the gold version of leader's pride. Amazing gold skill for the frontrunners. Although it'll be rare, some skill hints such as slipstream and playtime's over could come in clutch even for non-frontrunners. Summer runner won't see much use because once we get to Grand Life, it will be the start of fall season. Her biggest downside when compared to Agnes Tachyon and Kita-san Black is her low specialty priority. Summer Maruzensky at 3LB and MLB only have 35 specialty priority. That's same amount as Fine Motion by the way. and you know how often she appears on my weight training. In comparison, Agnes Tachyon has 80 specialty priority, while Kita-san has 100 or 111. How you can calculate the exact percentage can be found in the ref doc. Just know that it's much less consistent when compared to Agnes Tachyon and Kita-san Black. This is also why you want to 3LB her eventually, because 1LB only has 25 specialty priority. Summer Maruzensky's low specialty priority is especially detrimental on Grand Life scenario, which is heavily training focused scenario, and cars with high specialty priority is important to get frequent rainbow training for additional performance token. For more information, you can watch my previous video where I talked about Grand Life scenario. However, that does not mean that Summer Maruzensky is unplayable during Grand Life scenario. Summer Maruzensky still provides insane amount of stats, and she has a high initial friendship gauge. And when you combine with her first chain event, which has a chance to give plus 15 bond when you succeed, in some run you will get rainbow training with Summer Maruzensky even before Kita-san. Also, some songs in Grand Life provides additional specialty priority to your support cards, which can kinda offset Summer Maruzensky's flaws of having lower specialty priority. Getting these songs are extremely important, and I will talk more about them in the future video. And for frontrunner, she's a must-run support card to get top runner and other useful skills for the frontrunners. And with the stack cap raised to 1600 speed, oftentimes you will be running all 3 cards at the same time, especially on Umas with 0% speed growth, even for non-front Umas. But her low specialty priority is the reason why she'll be the close third best speed card during the Grand Life scenario behind Agnes Tachyon and Kita-san Black, unless you're building your frontrunners. However, frontrunners are not as strong during Grand Life scenario to begin with. The ranking flips 180 once we reach Grandmaster scenario, where Summer Maruzensky becomes the number 1 speed card, followed by Agnes Tachyon and Kita-san Black, until Jungle Pocket comes out. There is a common misconception that Summer Maruzensky is front-only card. However, she could also act as a generalist card with her insane stat output, so she will be very good investment for your Carat. So Summer Maruzensky and Agnes Tachyon, which speed card should I pull for? The answer is yes, you should get both, especially if you do not have MLB Kita-san. Agnes Tachyon is a scenario link card that's on a must-pull banner because she's here right up with Light Halo, must-run support card during Grand Life scenario. And she comes with 63 pulls. Her double skill point bonus is extremely strong in Grand Life scenario, where you have to rely on training instead of going on optional race to get your skill points. And she will continue to be used in future scenario, especially on Pace Chaser. Summer Maruzensky provides insane amount of stat output with her unique effect, and she's a must-run support card for the frontrunners. If you have been diligently planning for these 2 banners, you should have enough carrots to put 400 pulls in Agnes Tachyon Light Halo banner and 200 on Summer Maruzensky and Nakayama Festa banner. If you think 400 pull is not enough for this banner, I would suggest you to watch my previous video where I go over all the math behind my reasoning for suggesting 400 pulls, which also includes my banner flowchart. But what do I do if I do not have enough carrots to pull on both banners? If you do not have enough carrots to invest 400 pulls on Agnes Tachyon and 200 pulls on Summer Maruzensky, I would suggest you to skip Summer Maruzensky so you can pull on Agnes Tachyon and Light Halo banner. In my opinion, Agnes Tachyon is much more important than Summer Maruzensky for you to be able to compete in Grand Life scenario. But that doesn't mean you should give up on Summer Maruzensky altogether. It's possible to get 1LB Summer Maruzensky without ever pulling on this banner by using your free SSR selector from the 0.5 anniversary part 3 missions and using one of your SSR unkept crystal to 1LB Summer Maruzensky. And she will be a great speed card even at 1LB. Eventually, I would recommend you to at least 3LB Summer Maruzensky by pulling on the Rerun banner that comes soon after the first champions meeting during Grand Life scenario, or by using free and paid SSR selector on 2nd anniversary. And yes, she will still be good enough for you to use your SSR selector. But of course, the best way to get her is by pulling on our first banner, where you hope to get at least 2LB using 200 pulls, so you can use the free selector on 1.5 anniversary to 3LB her. And that's what I would suggest majority of players to do on the upcoming banners. But again, if you cannot afford to pull on both banners, just use all your carrots on Agnes Tachyon and Light Halo banner and get Summer Maruzensky through her Rerun banner, or by using free and pay selector in 2nd anniversary. It's a very cost efficient card because you only need to get 1LB minimum and 3LB max. And there's just so many different ways, different opportunity for you to get her. So I would suggest majority of the players to get Summer Maruzensky using one of the methods that I mentioned in this video. As for the Summer Nakayama Festa wit card that's on the same banner, she's an okay wit card that you could potentially take advantage of if you don't have any other SSR wit cards such as Fine Motion and Mr. CB. And this is how she looks when you compare her with other SSR wit cards. Her stats are not too bad as she comes with 15 training effectiveness, a wit bonus, and skill bonus. Her major downside is that she has 0 specialty priority. As you can see, the amount of stats that she gives is actually not too bad, and her non-friendship trainings are pretty good with her 15% training effectiveness. The best thing about her card is actually her unique effect, which gives 20% chance to make the current training fail rate at 0, even at 0 energy. And yes, you'll be able to know beforehand if her unique has activated or not. With her unique effect and 0 specialty priority, she will be an ultimate gambler card that when you hit, she will actually give you highest amount of stat potential. Like it feels really good when you hit Rainbow Training at 0 energy with her unique effect. And she also come with hit level 3 and 50% hit frequency, which is actually pretty high. And she actually give you decent skills such as Wit Condition, Laser the Straightaway, Uma Stand, Risky Business, Nimble Navigator, and Slick Surge. Her goal skill is Nothing Ventured, same as Sasami Anshinjawa. It gives you 0.45 target speed increase. However, it's possible that you will get stamina drain, but can be a decent skill on Sprint and Miles Champions meeting. She's definitely a fun card that you could potentially take advantage of. However, I would definitely not recommend you to prioritize pulling for her if you have other meta SSR wood cards. The Freeze SSR Sakura Chiyono O Guts card is so bad that it's not even worth talking about. Her gold skill is Step on the Gas, which is a gold version of Acceleration. I mean, that's really all I need to tell you. On the next banner, we have Bamboo Memory. Bamboo Memory has stat bonus at 10% on speed, 10% on power, and 10% on guts. She's mainly sprint and mile focused Uma that's usually run as a late surger or end closer. Her unique is kinda awkward to use and only gives 0.1 acceleration for 2 seconds during the final corner if you are in the second half of the pack. But the amount of acceleration and the base duration will increase up to 3 times if you overtake someone. It could be a decent unique if you end up overtaking someone at the final corner, but if not, it will be an extremely weak acceleration skill. Her first gold skill is Rising Dragon, which gives you 0.35 target speed increase when you overtake someone at the final corner. And their other gold skill is Fall of Viger, same as the gold skill that's given on the Bamboo Memory Guts card. As you remember from our last Champions meeting, this is a decent skill on Mile Champions meeting for the backliners, with high chance of speed carryover on certain course. And as for the other skills, she comes with Ramp Up, Outer Swell, Pump, and Sprint Corner. Her main issue is that she comes with weird mixture of skills where she has one gold skill for late surger, but then you can't run her as her end closer with straightaway spurt. Her other gold skill is for miles, while she also has sprint skill built into her kit. She's okay on both sprint and mile distance champions meeting, but does not excel on neither of them. She does become slightly better when she gets her evolve skill, when both Rising Dragon and Full of Vigor gain 0.2 acceleration. But instead of additional acceleration, she would have benefited more with more middle gain target speed increase to better assist her to overtake on the final corner to chain her unique, but instead she just got more acceleration. However, around December 2027, she gets additional options for the evolve skill for Rising Dragon, which will raise the base duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, change it to a mile only skill, and removes the requirement for overtaking from the outside, making it easier to trigger. So she becomes more mile focused Uma, while her summer outfit will be focused on sprint distance race, but still not strong enough to spend your carrots on, in my opinion. If you really like Bamboo Memory, I would suggest you to wait until her summer version comes out. As for the support card, we have the Rerun banner with Ikuno Dictus card and Yukino Bijin with card. Both of these cards are old and past their prime. Yukino Bijin does give you No Stopping Me, but in the future, we'll start to get more variety of acceleration skill available to us, and No Stopping Me will no longer be mandatory. And we'll also get another source of No Stopping Me from Stamina Special Week, which also comes with a 50 free pulls. And for the final banner during the track places scenario, we have Copano Rickey. Copano Rickey is an absolute monster in dirt race, and she will become even stronger in the future scenario, but an extremely difficult Uma to work with, and that's because of her unique. She gains additional speed and acceleration depending on amount of green skills she activate in the beginning of the race, and this multiplier goes all the way up to 6 green skills. And at max, she'll have 0.4 increased target speed and 0.15 acceleration. And because it activates in the random point on the second half of the mid-race, it also has a good potential to speed carryover. That's absolutely insane. But this also means that to fully take advantage of her, you need to get 6 different green skill. You thought getting 3 green skill for a frontrunner was hard. Now imagine you have to get 3 more. Fortunately, she does come with some greens built into her kit, such as Exchange Race, such as Skillful Step, or the gold version outstanding stat, which gives her additional speed if her stat is at least 1000 or higher. She also has exchange race, which will give her additional speed on these 4 uncommon dirt race tracks. The upcoming dirt CM is located in OE, so you'll be able to take advantage of exchange race. And she also comes with Pace Chaser Savvy. If you want to build her as frontrunner, remember Light Halo does give hint for frontrunner Savvy if you started her dating event before the first new year. But even with all these green skill, that's at most 3 green skill that you can get for Copano Rickey. You'll have to get additional 3 green skills from your sparks or support cards, or from random hints during the scenario. For her Ghost skill, she has Victory Opportunity, which is a good mid-race target speed increase skill for dirt race, and Outstanding stat, which is the gold version of Skillful stat. As for her Evolve skill, the Victory Opportunity gains additional target speed from 0.35 to 0.45, and Outstanding stats gain additional speed stat from 60 to 80 or 80 to 100. These are very good Evolve skill, making her more of a menace in Dirt CM after the 2nd anniversary update. And she can also get hint for top pick and forward march from her secret event by winning 11 G1 dirt race. Copano Rickey has 7 G1 dirt race in her objective. That means to complete her secret event, she will need to go on 4 additional optional dirt G1 race, which is extremely hard to do during Grand Life scenario. Getting 6 green skill is already hard enough, but if you want to build her as a frontrunner, you also have to get all the other stuff that you need to get for the frontrunner, such as 3 late movement skills, groundwork, strong middle game to activate angling and scheming, and more. So she's definitely not for the lighthearted. And this is the reason why I only recommended Whale to pull on this banner, because not many will be able to utilize her in full potential. She takes extreme amount of efforts to make her the absolute monster that she is in dirt race, especially on the upcoming dirt CM17 Virgo Cup, which is actually a medium distance race. This is a 2000 meter OE dirt course, which means Christmas Oguri is going to be an absolute monster in this CM, as she has both 77777 and Uma Square as activation on this CM. And unlike Christmas Oguri, who normally run 3 to 4 recovery plus additional recovery from her unique, Copano Rickey is going to have a hard time fighting against numerous stamina debuffer that will be abundant on this champions meeting. But that won't stop some elite trainers from creating an absolute monster Copano Rickey on this champions meeting. So brace yourself if you decide to pull first Copano Rickey on this banner. There's actually 2 Dirt CM during Grand Life scenario, and she will definitely fare much better on this CM. However, for majority of the player, I'll recommend to wait until the 2nd anniversary and just get her through the selector instead of spending up to 30,000 carats for 1 or 2 CMs during Grand Life scenario, only to lose to Christmas Oguri cap. As for the support card, we have the Manhattan Cafe Stamina card. Please do not mistake that this is not a rerun banner. It's actually a different Manhattan Cafe Stamina card. Unlike the previous one, which came with Stamina Siphon, this new Manhattan Cafe Stamina card comes with a Calm Mind, which is 0.075 gold heal that Mejiro Bright had. It's exclusive for long distance only, and it also comes with a debuff on her current speed. However, her main strengths come from her stat bonuses. She has 10% training effectiveness, 1 skill point bonus, 2 gut bonus, and 2 stamina bonus when her bond gauge is at least 80. On raw stat alone, she even beats Super Creek and can be slotted in any deck when you need stamina in place of Super Creek, even on medium distance race. But that does not make her better than Super Creek. At the end of the day, Super Creek is still the queen in stamina due to her having more universal recovery swinging Maestro. So I would recommend you to pull on this banner just to MLB her. I mean, the next banner is the scenario banner, so no one should be spending carats on this banner. And on the same banner, we also have the Seiun Sky Wood card. As for how good she is, I'm not going to go too in depth as she's just a SR Wood card, but she does come with new set of skill hints that was not provided in other Seiun Sky card, notably fast pace, early lead, and groundwork. She did lose a hint for his tail held high though. As always, this recommendation video was created to provide you with the information to help you make an informed decision. There is no one size fits all plan that works for everyone, and nobody knows your account better than you do. And while I was mostly focused on champions meeting, it's okay to not follow the meta and pull on the Uma that you really like. It's okay to be an OG player. But if you're interested in being a competitive player, this video should help you plan out for the future banners so that you will be able to compete with the higher spender trainer even as a free-to-play or low spender. You can also use the Carat calculator that I created to plan out for the future based on your current Carat. Daptrius has been working non-stop upgrading the Carat calculator. If you appreciate all Daptrius' work on the Carat calculator, please consider donating. All the proceed minus B will go straight to Daptrius. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a handsome day. Bye-bye. And I would like to thank my handsome contributor, XPop0, Gelation, and Liliac, and my pretty contributor, Kia, and Joe Ariel 1, and my other contributor, Cal the Noob, Kishinadeshi, First X, Damon Taylor, Braggle, Katie, Vito Gizmore, Tomas, Toshio Toyama, Elbordo, Obando, Barohona, Akurai 47, and rest of the contributor. Thank you so much for your support.